The objective of this exercise is to demonstrate how to convert an Access Data AD1 logical evidence file into an EnCase E01 logical evidence file. We can either convert the entire AD1 file to an EnCase L01 file format or selective parts relevant to an investigation. Using the filter and checkmark options within the file system module is an efficient way to isolate selective information of interest, which is to be included within the EnCase logical evidence file. Use the text filter tool to isolate specific files of interest. Place the mouse cursor in the file list view and press the Ctrl-A key to highlight all files and the spacebar to check the highlighted files. Once the files have been identified and checked, remove any filters applied. The same process can now be repeated for other file extensions of interest, such as MOV video files in this example. Remove any filters in the file list view and navigate through the AD1 evidence file in the folder tree view. Notice a green box against selected folders that have now been isolated. Right-click on the parent folder in the folder tree view, select Export to and Logical Evidence Files from the drop-down menus. The Export File option window will now appear with an option to choose either checked or highlighted items. To convert the entire AD1 logical evidence file, close the Export File option window and remove the checks within the folder tree view. Once again, select the parent AD1 evidence file. Right-click and select Export to and Logical Evidence File from the drop-down menus. Notice the source area. On this occasion, the highlighted option is selected by default, and there are no checked items available. Below the highlighted and checked items area is a feature for additional options. Caution should be used when selecting this option, as it may harvest information that is outside of a lawful court order and include additional folder data such as index folder records and empty folders. It is recommended that a unique name is given to the export logical evidence file process. This name will be used as the title of the audit logs that are produced and assist in their identification at a later phase of the investigation if required. In the Destination section, there are fields available for specific information about the case, such as case name, obsequimi in this example, evidence number. This should be the same or similar to avoid confusion and also identify it as a full copy of all the files contained in the original logical evidence file or a selective representation. The unique description should reflect that the AD1 logical evidence file has been converted or changed from its original logical acquisition format. Add the examiner's name who performed the conversion process. Within the Notes area, provide a brief description of the circumstances why a conversion to an L01 format or selective redaction of data was necessary. The image type is set by default to EnCase L01 format. The file segment size is set to 2 GB by default. An MD5 hash value will be created for each file. The L01 can be compressed to assist with storage. The destination file path can now be changed as required. If the default is not changed and the OK button selected, a warning will appear which identifies that the file name has not been changed. Destination file exported does not have an extension of L01. Select OK. Choose the folder icon next to the destination file field and navigate to where the L01 file is to be stored. Give the new logical evidence file an appropriate name which should associate it with the original AD1 logical evidence. Select Save on completion. Review the case information and select OK. Once the process has commenced, the case information cannot be changed. It is always best practice to review the L01 evidence file after it has been created. Navigate to the Evidence module and select the Add Image button. Select the L01 file from the location where it was previously stored. Use the available processing options as desired and select the time zone appropriate to the evidence if it is known at this time. Select Start. The L01 logical evidence file will now be added to the preview within Forensic Explorer. Using the extensive forensic analytical features of Forensic Explorer, both the Access Data and EnCase logical evidence files can now be examined to ensure their integrity has been maintained throughout the conversion process.